Reflections of a global icon. Cristiano Ronaldo is the name synonymous with greatness in soccer, a height few could dream of. With 5 Ballon d'Ors, numerous championships, and legions of fans across the globe, he is considered a living legend. Yet, beneath the accolades and the glitz, Cristiano remains deeply tied to his humble roots. Cristiano was born and brought up on the small Portuguese island of Madeira and grew up in a humble abode. He still remembers the days of playing soccer barefoot on the streets, with nothing but sheer passion driving him. It was there, among the narrow alleys and steep hills, that his dream of becoming a professional soccer player was born. But it wasn't talent, it was the little things, handouts, and words of encouragement that made him reach the top. One afternoon, visiting a rural village for one of his many philanthropic commitments, Cristiano would be reminded of those humble beginnings. What was supposed to be the usual visit would now become one of the most emotional moments of his life. Cristiano arrived at the little village, all in dust, resulting from a charity event organized by his foundation in which food, school, and sports equipment were to be distributed to children and needy families. Many had never seen the real-life global superstar. Excited kids watched in wide wonder as Cristiano signed autographs, took pictures, and even kicked a ball around with a few. Yet, amidst such joy, he could not help but notice the signs of hardship, tattered clothes, an absence of basic amenities, and the perception that these children were growing up in the world's blind spot. After having spent hours in the event, Cristiano asked to be taken back to the hotel by a quicker route. He asked the driver to avoid the main roads so that he could see more of the village and reflect on what had happened that day. But it wasn't long, as the car meandered along these narrow streets, that one thing would catch Cristiano's attention. There, on a dusty, uneven patch of ground that little resembled a soccer field, one small boy played soccer all alone. It was not a real ball, but a bundle of rags tied with string. The boy, barefoot and in tatters, moved with incredible skill. He dribbled the ball with precision, making his way around imaginary defenders and shooting at an invisible goal. Cristiano leaned forward in his seat, transfixed. For a moment, it was as if he had been transported back to his childhood. He remembered the countless afternoons spent practicing alone, using anything he could find as a ball. He, too, had dreamed of playing on grand stages, even when his reality suggested otherwise. "Stop the car," Cristiano said abruptly. The driver hesitated. "Sir, we're running late." "Stop the car," Cristiano insisted, his eyes fixed on the boy. The car stopped, and Cristiano got out. So he sat down by the edge of the field and watched the boy move, the awkward coordination, the scrunched-up face in deep concentration. It wasn't playing, this child was dreaming. The power of connection, meeting Luis. Seeing that someone was coming, the boy froze mid-dribble. He turned and did a double take at Cristiano Ronaldo. "See Cristiano Ronaldo," he stammered, clutching his makeshift ball to his chest. Cristiano smiled and went toward him. "What's your name?" he asked softly. "Luis," the boy could say. Cristiano knelt to greet the boy at eye level. "Luis, I was watching you play." "You're superb," he said. "Where did you learn to play like that?" Luis shrugged bashfully. "I watch games on TV every chance I get, and then I come here to practice every day. I want to be like you." Cristiano's heart swelled with emotion. He saw himself in Luis's same hunger, the same fire. Then his eyes shifted to Luis's feet, scratched and dusty. "You don't always play with shoes, do you?" Luis nodded, his voice no more than a murmur. "I don't have any. But it's okay, I'm used to it." A lump was starting to well up in Cristiano's throat. He knew well enough what that drive for something desperately required yet could not fully pursue entailed. He reached into a bag that he was carrying with him and brought out a brand new, sleek pair of soccer cleats along with a bright, really top-quality ball. "These are for you," Cristiano told him and extended the presents. The boy stared at them, his hands trembling. His gaze rose to Cristiano, and with tears in his eyes, he whispered, "Thank you." "You don't have to thank me," Cristiano said, placing a hand on Luis's shoulder. As Cristiano and Luis talked, a small group of children began to gather around the field. They watched from a distance, whispering excitedly. Cristiano noticed them and waved. "Come on, join us." The kids hesitated, unsure if he was serious. But when they saw him smiling and holding the ball, they ran toward the field. But what happened next was unforgettable. Cristiano took the kids through an ad hoc soccer match, dividing the kids into teams and playing with them, passing the ball, doing a few dribbling, and diving for tackles. Luis, wearing his new cleats and playing with his new ball, became the star of the match. But for the children, this was not a game, but a memory to be kept forever. The village was filled with laughter, cheers, and the bouncing of the ball as more and more people came to watch. Parents and neighbors alike stood out, looking delighted. A conversation with the coach, securing the future. After the match had ended and the children began to disperse, Cristiano's attention was caught by a man standing quietly on the sidelines. He had been there the entire time, observing the game with a keen and thoughtful gaze. His withered face and sun-worn features spoke of years spent in the outdoors, likely on fields much like this one. The man, a local coach named Manuel, was someone Cristiano instinctively felt he needed to talk to. He approached him with his characteristic warmth. "You must be the coach here," Cristiano said, extending his hand. "It's nice to meet you." Manuel shook Cristiano's hand firmly, though there was a sense of humility in his gesture. "Yes, I've been coaching these kids for a long time," he replied. "My name is Manuel. And it's an honor to meet you." Cristiano smiled. "The honor is mine, Manuel. I've been watching the kids play, especially Luis. He's incredible. You've done a great job with him." Manuel's expression softened with pride, but there was a trace of sadness in his eyes. "Thank you. Luis has a natural gift, and he works harder than anyone I've seen. But talent alone isn't enough. The opportunities here are scarce. Most of these kids don't have the resources to pursue their dreams." Cristiano was silent for a moment, his mind racing as he processed Manuel's words. He thought of his own journey, the sacrifices his family had made, and the mentors who had believed in him when no one else did. Without their support, he might never have reached the heights he had. His gaze shifted back to Manuel, and he felt a surge of determination. "What if we changed that?" Cristiano asked, his voice steady and resolute. Manuel looked at him with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. "What do you mean?" Cristiano began to outline his vision, speaking with the same passion and conviction that he brought to the field. He proposed providing proper training equipment, organizing coaching clinics, and creating a sustainable program that would give the children of the village a real chance to develop their skills. "It's not just about soccer," he said. "It's about giving them hope and showing them that their dreams are valid." Manuel listened intently, his eyes widening with each word. He could see the sincerity in Cristiano's expression, and it filled him with a sense of renewed purpose. "That would be incredible," he said. "But it's a lot to organize." Cristiano smiled reassuringly. "Leave that to me. I'll provide the resources and connections. All I need is your commitment to guide these kids and help them grow." Manuel's face lit up with a mixture of hope and determination. "You have my word," he said. "We'll make this happen." That conversation marked the beginning of a new chapter for the village. Within weeks, Cristiano had arranged for brand new equipment to be delivered: cleats, jerseys, training cones, and even proper goalposts. He also coordinated with professional coaches to visit the village on a monthly basis to mentor both Manuel and the children. The transformation was remarkable. Under Manuel's guidance, the children began to train in a structured environment. For many of them, it was their first experience with organized soccer, and they flourished. Parents and community members rallied around the initiative, offering support in any way they could. Some prepared meals for the children after practice, while others helped maintain the field. The village, once overlooked and forgotten, became a beacon of hope and pride. Cristiano made frequent visits to check on the program's progress. He would watch the children's matches, offer tips, and share stories of his own struggles and triumphs. For the children, his presence was a constant source of inspiration. For Manuel, it was a partnership that reignited his passion for coaching. Together, they were building something far greater than a soccer program. They were building a community rooted in resilience, unity, and the belief that anything is possible. The ripple effect of kindness, Luis and Cristiano's inspiring journey. The coming months turned Luis's life in a way he had never imagined. He began to develop his skills, along with new training programs and proper equipment, with the local coach. Luis was very serious about it. He would practice every day, rain or shine, determined to make the most of Cristiano's opportunity. His efforts paid off. Luis's team did very well in a local competition, and Luis's talent did not go unnoticed by a regional scout. Soon enough, Luis received a full scholarship to attend a prestigious soccer academy. When Luis went home to break the news, his family exploded in joy. Miraculously true, it was proof that persistence does pay off, and good things can sometimes come from people one least expects. Meanwhile, Cristiano was considering Luis greatly for the international soccer field. He spoke once about it one day during an interview. "I saw myself in that boy," he said. "I knew what it felt like to dream big with nothing. I wouldn't have made it today without having a little faith shown towards me by people. The only thing that now is a necessity for me giving back is left." Cristiano's words kept ringing in the minds of millions of fans as talks of giving back and grooming young talent started to become the talk of the town. Years later, Luis achieved his dream of becoming a professional soccer player. At an international charity match, he found himself on the same field as Cristiano Ronaldo. During the game, Luis played with that same fire and determination that had caught Cristiano's attention all those years ago. Afterward, Cristiano approached him, beaming. "You've come a long way," Cristiano said. "I'm proud of you." Luis, his voice shaking with emotion, replied, "Thank you for believing in me." Cristiano shook his head. "No, Luis. You did this. I just gave you the push you needed." Luis's story went viral, touching hearts across the globe, becoming a symbol of how one act of kindness can transform lives. Inspired by Cristiano's generosity, Luis founded an organization dedicated to helping underprivileged children achieve their dreams. His foundation focused on providing resources for education, access to sports programs, and mentorship opportunities to foster young talent. Through his efforts, countless children received the support they needed to pursue their aspirations. Many were able to attend school, join professional training programs, or simply find hope where there had been none before. Luis often credited Cristiano for sparking this journey. "Cristiano didn't just give me cleats, he gave me the belief that I could achieve something greater," he frequently shared in interviews. Cristiano, reflecting on Luis's success, said, "True greatness isn't about what you achieve. It's about how you help others achieve their dreams." Through his efforts, countless children received the support they needed to pursue their aspirations. Many were able to attend school, join professional training programs, or simply find hope where there had been none before. Luis often credited Cristiano for sparking this journey. "Cristiano didn't just give me cleats, he gave me the belief that I could achieve something greater," he frequently shared in interviews. Cristiano, reflecting on Luis's success, said, "True greatness isn't about what you achieve. It's about how you help others achieve their dreams." His words resonated far and wide, inspiring many to follow in their footsteps and create change in their own communities. Luis's foundation became a shining example of the ripple effect of kindness. Let this story serve as a reminder that even small, thoughtful gestures can create a legacy that echoes through generations.